Japan's richest merchant suddenly had all his assets confiscated by the shogunate. Behind it lay the Edo shogunate's cold, calculated scheme. Yodoya cornered the rice market, amassing immense wealth comparable to the national budget of the time. But this power incurred the shogunate's wrath. In truth, beyond mere superficial extravagance, an even more astonishing truth was hidden. What exactly drove the shogunate to such drastic measures? In this video, we will explain 3 key points: the source of Yodoya's wealth, the real reason the shogunate feared them, and the historical lessons left by the incident. Now, let's delve into the darkness of the Yodoya Kesho incident, which plunged Japan's greatest merchant into ruin. In the main feature, we also discuss the relationship between power and wealth, relevant even today. The history of Yodoya began with its founder, Tsunayoshi, starting as a rice broker in Osaka. He was a man of exceptional business acumen. He supported Toyotomi Hideyoshi's construction of Osaka Castle, amassing vast wealth through material procurement. This laid the foundation for Yodoya's financial power. Furthermore, he bore the cost of building a bridge over the Yodo River, Osaka's major artery, and in recognition of this achievement, it was named Yodoyabashi. Entering the Edo period, Yodoya founded the Dojima Rice Exchange, eventually dominating the national rice market. Rice was the bedrock of the economy. With immense financial power, Yodoya sometimes even lent money to daimyo. Its wealth was said to rival the national budget. Particularly during the era of the 4th generation head, Yodoya Tatsugoro, Yodoya reached its peak, and its lavish lifestyle astonished the public. His mansion was dubbed the best in the land, adorned with gold, silver, jewels, and imported goods. Its gardens overflowed with rare flora and fauna. Converted to modern value, he is estimated to have been a magnate with assets in the tens of trillions of yen. His opulent lifestyle drew not only envy but also intense jealousy from the people. However, this wealth and power also aroused the caution of certain individuals. So, who exactly saw Yodoya as a threat? The era was the reign of Tokugawa Tsunayoshi, the 5th shogun, a flamboyant period when Jinroku culture flourished. Behind the economic boom, the shogunate's finances were gradually deteriorating. Repeated public works projects and disaster recovery efforts became a heavy burden. Many daimyo families also suffered from debt, even bowing to wealthy merchants. The influence of these merchants only grew. Tsunayoshi is known for the edicts on compassion for living things, but he also frequently issued decrees demanding frugality from samurai. While demanding simplicity from samurai, the extravagance of wealthy merchants was glaring. Yodoya's opulence, in particular, stood out. Yodoya Tatsugoro, backed by wealth surpassing even that of daimyo, was rumored to often behave in ways inappropriate for his status. His close interactions with daimyo and leaks of political statements were deemed intolerable actions by the shogunate. For a mere townsman to meddle in politics was perceived as an act threatening the shogunate's authority. Tsunayoshi feared the power of wealthy merchants and sought to strengthen his control over them. Yodoya became one of his targets. Deeper motives, far beyond mere violations of luxury prohibitions, were swirling. So, what was the real reason that proved to be the decisive blow? In Jinroku 16, 1703, the shogunate's gaze finally turned to Yodoya Tatsugoro. Suspicions began to surface one after another. Under the pretext of luxury prohibition violations, an investigation by the Osaka city magistrate began. Every corner of the mansion was meticulously scrutinized. Lavish furnishings, expensive imported goods, and luxuries beyond the reach of ordinary people were successively brought to light. But this was merely the tip of the iceberg. But was that truly the only reason? The shogunate's aim was much deeper and more cunning. The possibility of Yodoya manipulating the rice market at will and destabilizing it posed a threat to the stability of the national economy. Furthermore, the shogunate was highly wary of Yodoya wielding political influence through its loans to daimyo. And the greatest reason is believed to have been the shogunate's severe financial difficulties. This was a pressing issue. During the Jinroku era, deflation caused by currency recoinage and rising prices, compounded by disasters like the Jinroku earthquake and Mt. Fuji's eruption, occurred. The shogunate desperately needed ample financial resources. Yodoya's assets must have appeared as a mountain of treasure. Ultimately, under the pretext of luxury, Yodoya was sentenced to kesho, the confiscation of all its assets. What impact did this measure have on other wealthy merchants? Kesho, or asset confiscation, completely dismantled the Yodoya house. The family was dispersed across various regions. Yodoya Tatsugoro himself was exiled, and his subsequent whereabouts are largely unknown. It was the tragic end of a family that had reached the pinnacle of prosperity. The confiscated Yodoya assets instantly bolstered the shogunate's finances of the time. It was precisely the financial source they had desperately craved. This incident deeply shocked other wealthy merchants, serving as a warning that extravagance inappropriate for one's status is dangerous. Thereafter, wealthy merchants outwardly practiced frugality and took extreme care not to attract the shogunate's attention. However, the relationship between those who held wealth and those who held power continued to be intricately intertwined throughout the Edo period. Although Yodoya fell, its name lives on in modern Osaka as Yodoyabashi. The wealth of a great merchant can sometimes wield enough power to move a nation. That is the clear truth revealed by the Yodoya Kesho incident. The Yodoya Kesho incident raises questions even today about the conflict between wealth and power and its inherent dangers. So, what lessons should we learn from this event? The source of Yodoya's wealth was its mastery of the economic system itself, dominating the rice market and earning enormous fees and profits. The true reason the shogunate feared Yodoya was their belief that Yodoya's economic power could translate into political influence, threatening the shogunate's authority. And the biggest factor was that the financially struggling shogunate unilaterally seized Yodoya's wealth as an emergency financial resource for state administration. This was the core of the incident. The Yodoya Kesho incident might have been a cruel historical lesson, demonstrating how easily wealth, once it reaches its pinnacle, can be stripped away by power. The balance between wealth and power remains precarious in any era.
History still hides untold stories. Subscribe for more forgotten history.